Game Ball, the ultimate ammunition, providing you with this week's episode of the Tweedl Pod. Are we alive?
We are live.
Right, everybody, this is a term for the books. First and foremost, welcome back to the Tweedl Podcast. Beside me here is the new co-host. He's been badgering me for a few...
I'm on trial.
He's on trial. He's been badgering me for a few episodes. This is Charlie. It's basically our stick. The cameraman that's never in front of the camera, but now is. Well, you've started doing a few Tweedl live draws, haven't you?
A few Tweedl live draws,
Yeah, bit of a mistake last night.
We don't want to go into it.
Didn't check the internet connection. Schoolboy error.
The spreadsheets didn't load.
But we'll see how you get on, mate.
No, yeah.
Are you confident?
Yeah, I am confident. I mean, I'd say I'm a lot more confident than the live streams, because the live streams, if you make a mistake, you can't edit it out in post. And luckily, I control the edit as well. So yeah.
Perfect. Well, welcome to the podcast. Our guest today,
Thank you.
James. How are you, buddy?
Very well, thank you. Enjoying this glorious weather.
Yeah, it is beautiful here, mate. 25 degrees. We just had a tanker in watering our grass seed here at Eton Hall Shooting Ground. What do you think to the place, mate? You've just had a bit of a plink in the air off range with Charlie.
It's great. It's absolutely massive, but a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's sort of one of these places I feel is going to be up and coming in the next year or so.
There we go. Hopefully, mate. Fingers crossed. Keep
Absolutely.
doing what we're doing. We'll get there. And right, James, shooting background we like to start off with. You're a shooter yourself. Have you always shot?
Sorry?
Have you always shot?
No, actually, no. I only started shooting when I first started doing clays, which was a good few years ago. Really enjoyed it. And then I grew up on a countryside estate up in Scotland called Dunmany Estate. And each year they would have shoots, and I wouldn't go on the pegs or anything, and I wouldn't be with the beaters, but they had a few drives around the cottage I stayed in. And so I was sort of influenced by that. And then when I got to Oxford Brookes University, I joined their clay pin shooting team, and since then I've never looked back. I've been on 2 game days since starting, and it's been fantastic.
You've got the bug.
I've really got the bug now. Really have.
Well, there's some fantastic shooting up in Scotland.
Yes, I mean, we've got great, but I mean, nothing compares to down here, really.
In terms of clay shooting, I suppose.
In terms of clay shooting, absolutely. But I mean, up in Scotland, you've got more stuff to do with like stalking, and that's wonderful.
Yeah. No, it is.
Massive.
So, originally from Scotland.
Originally from Scotland, yeah.
You're now down in the UK.
Yep.
You're at university now, I believe.
Yep. Oxford Brookes.
Oxford Brookes.
Yep. Great university.
And, well, there's a bit of a plug for the uni. So then let's go and talk about how you've sort of risen to fame. Pardon the pun there. Risen.
Wow, that was good.
You like that?
Oh, that was good.
How's this all come about, James? Because now all I see on TikTok is you at race courses.
Yeah. This
interviewed.
all came about a few years ago at Henley Royal Regatta, and was interviewed by this company called Invades, which I'd heard about on social media before, but never thought I would get on it. And they got me on it, and the video got about 2.5 million views in the end. And so Invades then recruited me, had me on board, and did a few more videos with them. And then Race Day TV took me on with Frankie Foster. I don't know if you guys have heard of him.
I personally not.
No.
So he's sort of their front man, and I started doing things with them, and then everyone else has sort of noticed me. I mean, you guys noticed me from there, I presume.
Yeah.
And it's great. I never would have expected it in my life. If you told me 4 years ago that I'm going to get recognised everywhere I go, on a train, in the pub, in the nightclubs, I'll get recognised if I go abroad as well now. And I would tell you you're talking rubbish.
I assume you probably got not recognised, but looked at quite a bit before then, because you're extraordinary height. How tall are you?
So now I'm 7'2", yeah.
7'2".
Yeah.
Now.
Are you still growing? The fact you said now, because I stopped growing at 14.
Clearly.
I thought it was 12.
I stopped growing about a year ago now, luckily. Right. I mean, I really didn't want to get any taller.
Yeah.
But no, I'm very much comfortable with where I'm at now.
And is this like a family thing?
Yeah, I mean,
parents tall?
My late father was 6'9", and my mum used to be 6'6", but she's now about 6'4".
Wow. So remarkably tall. Have you got siblings or?
No, only child.
And what do the family think to this newfound fame?
They're very good about it. They're very sort of, I think a couple of my cousins are quite impressed that they've now got a famous cousin who's actually younger than them. But my mum, I think she's been just about as surprised as I am.
Right.
And sort of everyone's very quite nonchalant about it, which is quite good actually. They don't like to make a fuss, my family.
And now it's happened that what would you say the pros and cons out? And would you have changed anything?
I think pros are sort of, when I go into the pub sometimes and somebody says to me, "Oh, how tall are you?" I'll say, "Buy me a pint and I'll tell you." And usually I hope they will. I think cons about it, I think just buying clothes is hard.
Right.
Especially with shotguns. I haven't actually got one made yet, but I have to get bespoke.
Right.
Which is going to cost a bit more, but it'll last me my lifetime.
Yeah.
Suits as well.
Yeah.
Have to get everything tailored.
That's a good point. What gun are you shooting now?
So I usually shoot with a Beretta or a Zolly. And a Beretta, fantastic gun makers. Silver Pigeon.
32-inch?
Couldn't tell you.
You don't know the barrel size?
No, couldn't
It's
tell you.
got to be, hasn't it?
Sorry?
Because if you had a 28-inch barrel in your hand, it'd look like an air pistol. No, a water pistol even.
No, it's incredible, but I mean, love it nonetheless.
Yeah, no, perfect.
Gets me outdoors, like-minded people, all the good social life at the end of the day as well.
And where are you thinking you're going to be able to take this fame? What's the plan? You must have a master plan.
I don't have a master plan currently. I would quite like to go on more live TV,
Yeah.
sort of, especially with horse racing, ITV racing would be great.
Is that your passion predominantly over shooting? Racing?
Anything to do with the countryside, horse racing, shooting, anything to do with that, love it.
Yeah.
Considering I live in the centre of town and I'll hopefully be moving to London after uni. But can't get enough to the countryside, can't beat it, especially on a day like today.
Yeah.
No, definitely. And what are you studying at uni?
I do business management. So hopefully go into sales afterwards.
What's your plan in London?
What's my plan in London? Hopefully a bit of investment and finance, which is a bit didn't really expect that would suit me, but it seems to. So hopefully we'll just see. We'll just play it by ear.
You got a big brain then?
I would say so, yes. Bit of hesitation then over.
And taking it back to shooting,
Yeah.
with regards to your height, what are the benefits, the drawbacks, obviously, before the podcast?
I'm close to the clays.
Close to the clays.
Yeah.
And but is there anything else or would you?
No, not really.
No difference, would you say?
No difference. I mean, getting in these cages and these stands are a bit difficult. Do have to duck a bit, but that's part of life. It's an occupational hazard.
Occupational hazard.
So, with regards to the game days, obviously we're talking behind the podcast, before the podcast. You said you've only been on 2.
Yep.
Is that something that obviously you want to do more of in the future?
I can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
I really can't get enough of it. As you said earlier, I've really got the bug now.
Yeah. Obviously, I mentioned that we're going to be doing a lot more full days this season.
Yeah.
And imagine winning 9 pegs to let wear the golf with your mates.
Well, that would be
Oxford
fantastic.
Brooks boys down in force.
Yeah.
I'll
Who would you invite?
I'll have a hard time choosing people, I think.
Have you got a few in mind or not?
I'm going to plan it, yeah. That's if I even win. So
Well, you never know, mate. You need to get entered. Do you enter a few Tweedl Comps?
No, I haven't actually, not yet. But
Right.
I think after today, I think I'm going to enter a few more. I mean, it's busy sort of being at university, having this university life and the social life, and then all this media, which I absolutely love all of it. Can't get enough of it.
What you say you've been on 2 game shoots. Where were they, or what?
So there was
the
a
names
game
of them?
one in Herefordshire that I went on just before Christmas.
What was that called?
Can't quite remember, but it was really interesting because all of the game were just put down there naturally. They were just naturally there, so they
Wow.
weren't put down, and sort of the guys who run the estate just chip into it every now and again, and it's brilliant. I had a fantastic day there, and then I had one in Oxfordshire. Again, I couldn't tell you the estate, but it's one of my very good friends' places, and she was very kind enough to invite me onto it, and it had such fun. As I said, great social life afterwards as well, which is, I think, contributes massively to shooting.
Oh, it's the main thing of a shoot day is the social life, and
Absolutely.
11s is, and the whole shebang, isn't it, Charles? You've got to experience.
Never shot, but I've obviously experienced some great days. Thank you, Sam.
You don't have to thank me.
But
Well,
yeah.
you've got to experience some estates now, mate.
It's eye-opening, yeah.
We've started you at the top, haven't we?
I know, and there's no going backwards.
There
Sam.
isn't, is there? I used to have to go and beat one, stand one, and all that, mate. Walked up shooting, I've done it all, and you've just gone straight into Brigands in your loafers. Who do you think you are, kid?
No, but yeah, those game days are truly something special, I'd say. Obviously, I've never got the opportunity to shoot one, hopefully down the line. But yeah, they are something else. Have you watched any of the vlogs on Brigands or anything like that? But
No. But I've watched a lot of the Tweedle stuff, and it's just fantastic. Absolutely. I mean, I never expected Tweedle to ask me, sort of a person who's not really done shooting all their life, to be on. And sort of very grateful for this opportunity. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It's our pleasure. We need to get into the likes of Oxford Brookes with Tweedle more.
Yeah.
How do we do it, James? How do we get all the students of Oxford Brookes buying more tickets?
Just ping them a message. They're all on Instagram.
Have you got like a WhatsApp group with all the students in?
Yep.
Perfect. Hammer us in there, mate.
SMS marketing.
SMS marketing. Drum them all. We'll make a discount code, eh?
Sounds good.
We'll put discount code 7'2". Get you 10% off.
Is there many shooters at Oxford Brookes?
It's huge. It's definitely the biggest society at Brookes.
Right.
It's a shooting society.
That's interesting.
Those who actually go on the shoots, not that many, but as I said, the socials are huge at Brookes. I mean, who doesn't love going to the pub on a Wednesday night and then going out to Fishies, which is our main club in Oxford?
Right.
What's it called?
Fishies. It's in the O2 Academy, Oxford, and Fishies are sort of in a few university cities across the UK.
Right.
And it's massive in Oxford. Every Wednesday, they've got one this Wednesday called the May Day Social. So May Day is quite a big thing in Oxford, and it should be good fun.
Mega. And I noticed you got the Fulham Shooting Club on you.
I do, yes.
Like that. I think I'm aware of these boys.
Yep.
Is that the chap who Signet Ring Social?
It is indeed. Charlie Rolls.
Charlie Rolls.
Oh, is it?
He's a good old boy.
Yeah,
nice chap.
Yes.
Bumped into him at Twickenham actually not so long ago.
Oh yes, how was that?
Yeah, nice. We was just in the Guinness tent, and yeah,
as you do,
you bump into these people. No, he's a great guy. So, talk to us a bit about that.
So yeah, I only came across the Fulham Shooting Club, as you said, through the Signet Ring Social, which Charlie Rolls does. As then I had the great pleasure of meeting Ollie Williams,
Yeah,
who I presume you've both heard of.
yeah, ex Love Island.
Yeah, ex Love Island. It all starts somewhere.
Yeah,
but,
100%.
But no, Ollie's got a great estate down in Cornwall. Not been there yet, but would really love to go down. No, Fulham Shooting Club, I don't really know much about it. I've heard it was sort of to start people in the city shooting, because obviously you live in London and there's no countryside for miles. As then, so the Fulham Shooting Club was then set up with like-minded people, all have a passion for shooting, and it's turned out to be quite successful.
Yeah, brilliant. So they host like nights in pubs, don't they, as well?
Yeah,
like socials.
Yeah, no, those socials are brilliant. I mean, the contrast between those socials and university socials, there is a slight difference, because sort of the university students are all like 18 to like 22 or something, whereas some like Fulham Shooting Club sort of graduates mostly.
Yeah.
But it's nice to get that balance of different groups of people, sort of making contacts, making friends.
Yeah, without a doubt, mate.
It's all what shooting's all about, really.
Yeah, definitely. The
socials.
people you meet through shooting is
Absolutely.
that for me in my short space of time doing Tweedle and I was going to say career then, but that's a bit.
It is a career.
The people I've met, as you know, they've given me a leg up here and there, and when you need them, they're there. But not only that, just interesting people and walks of all life.
Really are. Yeah. No, I was saying there's a misconception about people who go shooting are sort of the posh toffs and what have you, but really, it's nothing like that at all. Everyone's very like-minded. Everyone's always up for a chat. You'll never really get people who are sort of look down on other people just because they can't shoot as well.
No, absolutely.
It's lovely. It's all very welcoming, warm community, and everyone looks out for each other.
Yeah, and on some of the states we go on, what's amazing to see is children of all ages, right up to your 78-year-old gents and ladies, picking up and beating. And that's what I find fantastic.
Absolutely. No, I went on the shoot I went on in Herefordshire. There was this young kid about 9 or 10 years old. And I sort of thought, I said to his parents, this is how you get somebody into shooting.
Yeah.
By sort of the parents being into it, then you get your children into it, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, and that is the key.
It's the future generation.
Yeah, for us, that's the key. And especially as well now with Eton Hall, it's getting more and more children involved, and we're trying to push the Have a Go. We do get a lot of interest for Have a Go lessons, and I think as well, just by talking about it like we are now, every little helps. And the YouTube stuff that we're doing on Eton Hall, get more and more newbies involved that have never shot before. And in fact, we're launching another competition with Mr. Dave Carey,
Brilliant.
the legend himself, this week, or the week after, it'll be now, for a Kids on Pegs Day. So any children under 10 can win, and obviously be accompanied by the parents to go and shoot at the fantastic water at Priory. So that's really excited.
Excellent.
In fact, it's not under 10. I don't know where I've got that from. Let me scrub up on that. But yeah, anyway, juniors can win the chance to go and shoot a fantastic estate. And I think those are the sorts of things you guys should be doing at Oxford Brook. I don't know how, but everybody watching this now is just needs to keep banging the drum, because we need the next generation involved to keep this sport alive.
It's the same with all sort of the rural community, especially with farming these days as well.
Yeah.
With this new tax that's going to be put on, I mean, it's going to destroy these farms.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. And these sorts of farms are sort of now for their 4th, 5th generation farmers.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy, and it's all about keeping it all up. As it takes a lot of effort to run an estate, and it takes a lot of effort to run a farm. I myself can never be a farmer, because I just have full admiration for those people who do it.
Yeah.
Out in all weathers, and sort of the weather conditions don't always play to your plans and everything. I mean, Jeremy Clarkson, he was never going to really be a farmer, but then he started his Clarkson's farm, and that just completely blew up, and it's fantastic the work he's done as well.
A lot of family of mine are farmers, and they were sort of sceptical about this series coming out that Jeremy did, but now he's done it. I think it's, for the wider audience, has really shown how hard farming is.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and a keen shot as well, Jeremy, actually.
Need to get on the pod, don't we?
Yeah, we need him on the podcast. See you watching Jeremy Clark. That one would go viral.
Jeremy, please do come down. It'd be great to have you if you're watching.
So you've never really been around farming, even in Scotland, or?
I grew up at the estate I grew up on for the best part of 17 years of my life. That was a farming estate.
That sounds exciting. Talk to us about that. You grew up on an estate.
It was great fun to grow up on it. I mean, my parents weren't farmers. My dad worked as a head gardener on the estate, but I mean, they had sort of cattle, lots of sheep. They then, in the later years, got Highland cattle, Highland cows.
Lovely.
And that was just fantastic. Really really Scottish.
Yeah, very traditional.
And then we got some Hungarian pigs, Mangalister pigs.
Right.
Which
not very Scottish.
No, I know. Quite diverse. But the meat from those pigs was like nothing else.
Yeah.
So really great.
You got them to blame for the size of you, or?
I might have to eat some of them.
As in height?
Yeah.
What?
I might have to get so I can grow with it.
You've got a bit of catching up to do.
You do. You really do. Hate to tell you, mate. But
have you ever met anyone taller than you?
That's a good question.
Well, when I was younger, everyone was taller than me. Growing up as a child, everyone was naturally taller than me, but I was always the tallest amongst all my peers at school.
Yeah.
And that was sort of quite interesting for my friends to get used to, especially now sort of being sort of on social media quite a bit. I think my friends had to get used to it a bit more, because they're now getting people coming up to them and saying, "Are you friends with this person or so and so? Do you know so and so?"
It's mental, isn't it?
They're like, "Yeah, no, I know James. Yeah, I know him from uni. Great guy, great shot,
average shot,
average." That's putting it very kindly, thank you.
And are we going to be doing a shoot off afterwards? Do you reckon, on the Eton All vlog?
I think it's only right, isn't it?
I think it's a great idea.
And what are you thinking? Have you got it in the bag?
I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait and see.
What discipline do you want to shoot?
Should we do some driven?
Off the tower?
Off the tower.
No problemos.
Might get a few sporting ones as well.
Yeah.
See where we get.
Well, we'll cap it. What can it be out of? 20?
Yeah.
20 shots.
20 shots.
Winner takes all.
Winner takes all.
Yeah.
What are we betting on? What you putting on the line?
3 points on me.
3 I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What is your tipple of choice? You a Guinness man?
I am, yes, but sort of, I'm a Guinness man only sort of when it's sort of, I have a Guinness season, which sort of stretches from October till about March or early April, and then it's beers and lagers.
See, Guinness has no season, mate. You can't.
Really?
Yeah. I know it's a winter drink.
It is a winter drink.
But, and I understand where you're coming from. In a beer garden, it's not your first choice.
No.
But if you warm up on a lager, then you go back inside the pub when the sun goes down, it's Guinness all night.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You Oxford Brooks boys.
we do love to split the G.
Yeah, can you?
That's a very good question. I think I can.
Rugby.
Yeah.
I bet you've never lost a line out in your life.
Not quite, no. Always second row in a scrum.
Yeah.
Loved rugby, but unfortunately now I can't really play rugby as much because being so tall, it's a bit of a hazard.
Yeah.
People like to tell me, but I mean, I'll still love tossing the ball about with mates.
Uh-huh.
And sort of, it's great
In
fun.
what way a hazard?
Well, because of long legs. sort of if somebody goes down for my legs, I mean, legs are the biggest part of me. And if somebody goes for my legs and snaps them, then that's probably me finished.
Ah, yeah, understood.
It is a huge concern to sort of the rugby teams that I do play for. We actually had one down at Oxford Brookes. In fact, we do have one at Oxford Brookes with a shooting club. I sort of played with them for a bit. As Ellie said to me, look, James, really sorry we can't have you do this because we don't want to run the risk of you getting badly injured. I mean, it's quite fair enough.
Yeah.
I would be able to come shooting, although I could be a seated peg or something.
You could. Yeah, there's a couple down here, actually. Paul Bailey, one of the legends of Eaton Hall.
Yep.
Fantastic shot. And he shoots out of a wheelchair. Has done for many, many years. So yeah, you could break a leg, Chief, and you could still win medals.
Absolutely.
And international rugby.
International.
Obviously, you're a Scotsman.
I will always say I'm British.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So Scotland and England are playing.
Scotland all the way. Always support Scotland
Right.
against England. But sort of when England play anybody else, I'll support England quite happily.
Who's your favourite Scotsman?
Blair Kinghall or Darcy Graham.
Yeah.
Finn Russell not in the mix?
No, not really. Finn, if you're watching, I do apologise.
He will be, mate. They all watch.
Yeah.
Finn's an absolute joke of a player, mate.
You
Unbelievable.
bake your game off Finn, don't you?
Oh,
Back at
yeah,
Garstang?
yeah. My flair came from Finn.
It did.
Yeah. My career at Garstang, mate, went from strength to strength just by watching.
Analysing Finn after the game.
Yeah. Remember when I stepped you? They broke your ankle.
So if Finn describes himself as the Messi of rugby, you're like the Pele of
Oh,
rugby,
100%.
aren't you?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
Oh, I'd
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, boys.
Anytime.
So, James, I asked you before, are you coming to this year's DIY AGM? I don't know if you know this, but alongside a couple of friends of mine, we run the Blackpool Young Farmers.
Oh, really?
In Blackpool, obviously. It happens this weekend. This will be going live whilst we're at the Young Farmers. Unfortunately, I won't be hungover. I'll be stressed because we're herding thousands of young farmers around Blackpool. Are you going to make the trip up?
Unfortunately, not. I've got a black tie ball up in Newcastle.
Of course you do, Jim.
It's the
That sounds far more sophisticated.
You would be surprised. It's the Newcastle Caledonian Society summer ball. So Caledonian Society is the Scottish sort of reeling black tie balls. And it's great fun. It sort of goes very well hand in hand with shooting as well.
And have you ever been to AGM?
No,
Have
never.
you heard of it, surely?
I've heard of it. I went to Sparshot College down in Winchester.
Oh, right. And you never made it up to Blackpool?
Never made it up to Blackpool.
I wonder why.
Never really got round to it.
We need to get you down there next year.
Absolutely. But the game fair should be good.
Yeah, you're coming to the game fair.
I will be coming to the game fair.
Perfect. We've got a double-decker stand this year, so we've got a balcony.
Yep.
We'll be able to serve you from the balcony.
Easy. I don't know if you saw, but with at the Cheltenham Festival, Peter Crouch lost a bet.
Oh,
and he
he
had
did?
to buy numerous pints of Guinness for everybody, and he was just handing them out. As obviously, like Peter Crouch is not a short bloke; he's quite tall.
No, yeah.
And so it was really funny seeing him there.
Did you get one off him?
No, I wasn't there on the day actually. Sadly,
Oh,
I've always wanted to meet him. You know, great guy, tall person.
yeah. But no, so obviously the AGM this weekend is a massive, more than anything, it's a celebration for farmers
Yeah,
and just a chance to let the hair down, get away from the farm. They're going up, they're under
Absolutely.
immense amounts of pressure at the minute, as you mentioned
Yeah.
earlier. And so just to get them there, I think it's a well-deserved trip, do you?
absolutely. I mean, the thing I think it was Caleb Cooper once said that sort of every week all these farmers need to get a group of their mates around, and once a week just go to the pub and just chat.
Yeah,
Because that's going to be the whole thing about solving these problems is just by talking.
yeah.
Nobody's going to judge you if you've got something wrong or if you feel like you shouldn't be saying something, but just say it anyway.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's a
I think especially with men, it's sort of a thing that's sort of said that sort of men can't express their feelings.
there's a stigma with it, isn't there?
It's a massive stigma and it needs to be stomped out.
100%. I saw somebody call it the other day. Come for a pint and for a mental health MOT, which I think is a nice way of putting it. You know,
It
just
is.
let your hair down, have a giggle with your mate, and if you want to say, chat to them about stuff, then do.
Absolutely. And I think it needs to happen a lot more, especially in schools especially.
We work alongside a charity for the AGM, and we put down a helpline all over. We scatter all the leaflets all around, just because, even AGM can be a testing time for farmers that have never left the farm for a long time, to come up to Blackpool. It can just be people have a wobble, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, it's normal. There's no shame in having a wobble.
No.
No. I've always been quite happy to express to my friends how I'm feeling. I mean, I think it should be done more.
Yeah. And to be fair, like I think you've handled your fame well.
Thank you.
Because that's immense amount of pressure.
Yeah.
Some that could have been unwanted from some people, but you've embraced it.
I have.
There must have been a few times where you thought, "Oh, I could do without this."
There has. I mean, the comments that have been left on certain videos on TikTok and on Instagram have been quite harsh.
Yeah.
And sort of, I've read these comments and just told myself, I can't read these comments.
No.
I mean, as much as I love this podcast, I probably won't read many of the comments on this because, I mean, some people are harsh out there.
We've got a good audience, in fairness to us.
We do.
Oh, that's good.
If anybody's harsh on these videos, I will block you for the rest of the time. That's simple.
Good.
Like, we don't tolerate anything like that.
No, but I mean, it's something I've just got to put up with. I've had it all my life. I have nasty comments given to me most days.
Yeah.
And it's just something that's really unnecessary. I don't want any of that.
No.
Who does?
No,
I mean, why people pick on people for being different? I've got no idea.
No, 100%, mate. It's only like Charlie being small, you know.
Cheers, guys.
He gets a lot of jip. People think he's only 14, but I do have to keep telling him he does have a driving licence.
Yep.
He does drive with a booster seat.
Yep.
But that's, these things happen, don't
It's
they?
just one of them.
It is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't want this any other way. I wouldn't want to stop doing this media stuff because I like doing it. I get so much enjoyment out of it.
Good lad.
I've met the most wonderful people doing this, and it's sort of never want to stop. It's a bug.
Yeah.
It's like the shooting bug. It's like social media bug.
Are you addicted to the views and likes, or...?
Not really. I mean, I was a bit addicted to it at first, sort of how many views has this got now? This hasn't got as much as I wanted. That's a bit of a shame. I said it's sort of all really unexpected.
Yeah.
I remember starting at Brooks, and people sort of recognised me off a few of the earlier videos that I used to do. And then I did one at Ascot last October on Champions Day. And that reached over 4 million views, and everyone was constantly talking about it. I mean, I said to a few of my friends, if I get really big-headed about this, you've got my permission to shoot me. Because I don't want to be egotistical about this. I just want to be me.
Yeah. Do you do your own videos? Or?
No, I don't actually.
No, you need to get into
That'd
that.
be good, yeah.
I think it would be, but I don't. I'm very happy sort of having other people interview me rather than doing my own stuff.
And we actually do a little bit of work with Millie Stennett for AGM.
Oh, yes.
And she's done a few bits for Tweedle as well in the past. Big TikToker.
She is.
You did one with her?
I did one with her. She was, it was a surprise to see her at Cheltenham, but I wasn't that surprised to see her there. She's quite into her horse racing. And
Was that pre-planned or off
no,
the
it
cuff?
wasn't. It was just completely by coincidence. I was walking to the bar and there she was. Oh, hello, how are you? As I said, she said, oh, could we get a few pictures? I believe she posted a video of her next to me, and I didn't realise she was taking a video. So I'm just saying, looking quite stupid.
Yeah.
But no, she was really great to work with, and lovely person.
Yeah.
Who's you must have some goals, like who you want to go, like who's the person you desperately want to do a video with?
Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, that'd go well.
Because he's 6'5", something.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't know how he fits into a lot of these cars, but he does.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. I've been to his pub, The Farmer's Dog, a few times.
Have you?
Not bumped into him there yet, unfortunately.
You like a Hawkstone, do you?
I do love a Hawkston.
Goes down well, doesn't it?
It does.
I had
It
one
does.
the other night.
I've had the lager, the bitter. I've not had the stout yet, but I've had the ciders, which are all very nice.
Yeah.
And I think Hawkston needs to get into more pubs across the UK. We've got one pub in Oxford called the City Arms.
Yeah.
Great pub, great for students. And they do Hawkston there, and it's just one of their most popular things on tap they've got, and it's brilliant. Everyone loves it. I've never met somebody who doesn't like Hawkston.
There you are. You are edging towards a brand partnership with this review.
No, I'm
Jeremy
not trying.
be
I'm not trying to or anything, but that would be very much appreciated.
Jeremy would be stupid not to get you on board with this.
Oh, I would love to. It would be a dream
Have you
come
met
true.
Caleb?
I have. I saw Caleb and Charlie Island at the farmers' protest I had at the end of last year.
Yeah.
Very, very briefly.
Yeah.
And it was great to see them there and sort of in the crowd with everyone else. It was the farmers' protest. The weather was not on our side at all. It was pouring with rain. It was freezing cold. But sort of everyone there was in the same. Most people, the vast majority of people there were obviously farmers. As then there's somebody like me, I'm not a farmer. I would never say I'm a farmer, but I do support the farming community.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot of respect for them, as I previously said.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, we met Caleb on, it was the first year we ever did the game fair at Ragley Hall.
Oh, yes.
And, I think the first series had just come out.
Mm.
And he popped on the stand, which was nice. Got a bit of a picture with him.
I saw that. I remember seeing that picture. Yeah.
Yep.
A few of my mates said we look like twins, which was greatly appreciated, of course.
Height-wise, or...
No. Width-wise, I think. Width and gingerness, I think,
All right.
is what they were edging
I'm going to
towards.
put you down as a
Which
ginger,
I am
though.
not ginger. No, thank you, James. I'll have
Strawberry
that on
blonde?
record. No. No.
Dark blonde.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah. And in terms of when you go into the races, betting on the ponies, how do you do?
I didn't do too well at Cheltenham.
No?
I won't say how much I lost because it's an embarrassment, but it was a good day out. Very disappointing what happened with Constitution Hill, and that was unfortunate for...
Yeah, I lost on that as well, mate.
Yeah, I think everyone just went silent. I mean, throughout the whole race and on the last go around the course, and Constitution Hill fell at that hurdle, and it was just
I know.
such a shame.
Heartbreak.
People did put a lot of money on that horse, and they lost a lot of money, but sort of... it ended up, at the end of the day, people were on high spirits, people were drinking pints. I was like, nothing had ever happened, but sort of, yeah.
Well, there's only one way to get over losing a bet, mate.
Absolutely, just drink the pints.
Yeah.
Yeah. Within reason.
100%. Gamble aware and all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, yeah. Do you reckon we're ready for the shoot-off?
I think so.
Well, great, so am I.
So I'm going to have to get you a gun, aren't I?
You are.
I assume you've not brought one on the train.
No, sadly not. I don't yet have a license.
Well, perfect. I'll find you something that suitably doesn't fit,
Yep.
so that I can win the shooter.
Really?
No, I'm only messing.
Good.
We'll kick you out, mate.
That'll
Right,
be good
perfect.
fun.
Nice one, James.
Thank you very much for having me on.
No, I really appreciate you coming.
And I'm so glad it's turned out to be such a sunny day.
Yeah, no, so am
Summer
I.
has started
Long
early.
may it continue. Do you think it's Charlie's first co-host?
I think it's brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really good. I mean, obviously,
Brilliant. Is that
I mean, obviously, you can't really get better than Rob, could you?
I don't know about that.
You're listening,
I
Benny.
don't know about that. But... No, yeah, let me know in the comments how I've done. 'Cause I was a bit nervous starting out, but yeah. What do you reckon, Sam? Honest opinions?
We'll talk about it later, mate.
Right.
It's not for the
it's
camera.
That's not a good sign.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. New episodes coming very, very soon. Thank you, James.
Thank you very much.
Cheers everybody.
Cheers.